Hello, boys and girls. We're going to continue working with our story on today, Why Turtle's Shell is Cracked. We started previously with talking about adjectives, and I wanted us to revisit this question. What word would you use to describe turtle? Well, we're not only going to be describing turtle, but we're looking for adjectives that describe various parts of the story. So, let's see. We had gotten as far as this page in our other lesson, and we said how the word lazy and crafty also describe turtle. But over here, let's take a look. It says, after days of thinking, Turtle came up with a selfish plan to get food without working for it. Now, he came up with a plan, and that's a noun. A plan is a thing. Remember, adjectives describe nouns. So, what kind of plan was it? It was a selfish plan. So, let's see. Adjectives. On this page, we can say selfish described the plan that Turtle made, but we could also say that Turtle himself was kind of selfish because of how he treated the rest of the animals. Let's look at the next page. Read this page with me. Day after day, Turtle sat very still, eating happily. Bear came to groom his sleek fur. Beaver came to look at his big, sharp teeth. Eagle came to gaze at his sharp talons and powerful hooked beak. Well, first of all, boys and girls, let's kind of take a look at some of these words. Remember, the long E card says E, and I'm noticing some long E spellings on this page. I noticed in this word, sleek, the EE is a long E spelling. But in the word beaver, what's the long E spelling in this word? Yeah, that's right. EA. Just like it is in the word eagle. Eagle, and if I keep putting the arrow close to the edge of the page, that's why it's turning up, because it's thinking that I want to turn the page. But eagle also has the EA spelling for E. So long E card, that's the leaf card, has EE on it, EA, and then an eagle EA as well. What about this word? What's this word? Let's sound it out. B-E, there's that EA. K, beak, the beak of the eagle. Looking at the picture, that's his beak. Now, let's see if we can find the adjectives on this page. Okay. Adjectives. Look at this sentence. Bear came to groom his sleek fur. What kind of fur did Bear have? We're finding the adjective. What kind of fur did Bear have? The word sleek describes it. Sleek. Sleek means smooth or slippery. It's really shiny. So Bear wanted to groom his sleek fur. That means he's going to rub his head or rub his fur. And he's looking, remember, he's looking at himself in Turtle's shell. Sleek again is the adjective. Now let's go to the next sentence. The sentence about this animal. Here's his picture. Remember, EA is saying E. B, E, V, and then beaver, from the bird card. Beaver came to look at his big, sharp teeth. Oh, there's another EE spelling, like in sleek. Teeth. EE says E. Okay. Beaver came to look at his big, sharp teeth. What kind of teeth did he have? How are his teeth being described? Those are the adjectives. Well, I see the word big, that talks about size, and then sharp. Now, those two words are also adjectives. So let's add that to our list. Big and sharp. Sharp. Shoe card. Car card. AR. Puma card. Okay, let's do the last sentence, and that's talking about the eagle. Eagle came to gaze, long A spelling, A blank E, at his sharp, oh, we've seen that word before, talons and powerful hooked beak. Let's read that again. Eagle came to gaze at his sharp talons and powerful hooked beak. Boys and girls, the talons are like his claws. We can't quite see that picture real well back there, but his claws are called talons, and his powerful hooked beak. See how his beak kind of has a curve? That's what we call the hook part. Hooked. Okay, so describing his beak, we have, oh, and let's start out first of all with his talons. What kind of talons did he have? We've seen that word before. Sharp. So he has sharp talons. And what kind of beak does he have? Well, it says powerful, full of power, and it's hooked. Okay, so it's talking about how strong it is and then how it looks. So he has, well, we can do sharp again. Sharp talons. He has a powerful hooked beak. Now, we've pulled out some pretty good adjectives. We're going to continue working with adjectives because, boys and girls, when we're writing stories or simply writing sentences, when we can describe the noun in the sentence, it makes the sentence, it gives it more detail, and it makes it, that sentence and even story, more pleasurable to read. It gives more detail, so it's more information. And when you have details describing your nouns, it helps the reader to imagine what you're writing about. So it helps with you visualizing. Okay. Now, let's take a look at our shared reading. You will be getting this book on this week. You will be getting a new one. So, when you get the new one, you can go back and review some of the stories that we've already read. But today I want us to take a look at the next story. We read that one. We read The Strongest Things. Pete Saves the Day. So we're still in topic 6. Stories teach many lessons. Okay, let's take a listen to this one.
Pete saves the day. Pete hopped on his bike and rode to the park. The big kids were playing ball. "Can I play?" Pete asked. Gus said, "You are too small." Pete sighed and sat to watch Gus bat. Gus hit the ball hard. Crack! It rolled under a bush with huge, long thorns. "These thorns are sharp, and my hand is too big," Gus said. Pete said, "I can get it." He put his small hand in. Got it.
Great. Okay, let's try it again. This time I want you to read.
Pete
along with the reader.
Saves the day. Pete hopped on his bike and rode to the park. The big kids were playing ball. "Can I play?" Pete asked. Gus said, "You are too small." Pete sighed and sat to watch Gus bat. Gus hit the ball hard. Crack! It rolled under a bush with huge, long thorns. "These thorns are sharp, and my hand is too big," Gus said. Pete said, "I can get it." He put his small hand in. Got it.
Okay, so the title is Pete Saves the Day. What was the problem in the story? What happened that caused there to be a problem? Remember, Pete was small, and that could be considered a problem. But this part, when the ball rolled under a bush and no one else could get it, that is what caused the problem in the story. Now, up until that time, Pete was told that he was too small to play, and he was probably kind of feeling bad about being told that. But in the end, he was able to save the day. That means he was able to help even when people didn't think he could. He was able to save the day because once he got their ball back, they could continue to play. And that was important. I want you to think about, even though you might be considered small because you're in kindergarten or you're in first grade, what kind of things can you do to help other people? Before we discuss that, and I'm going to have you write about it, let's complete the bottom exercises. And I like this part because, boys and girls, you are always able to read this to me. And so I know we can do this together. Okay. Now, like I said earlier, I made this available in your Clever application. You go to Benchmark and you can pull up this reader, and you can also do it online. But by Thursday you should have it, and you can go ahead and watch this video and do it along with the video. Okay, we need to circle a word that has the same middle E sound as Pete. Pete. If you see it, you can see that it's P-E-T-E. So we know that that's E blank E. That's a long E spelling. So Let's see. I need my pen. Color. Okay. Circle a word that has the same middle E sound as Pete. Okay, let's go back through. Okay, we see here's Pete. Pete hopped on his bike and rode to the park. We're looking for long E. The big kids were playing ball. Can I play? Pete asked. Gus said, "You are too small." I don't see an E yet. I'll keep saying Pete though. Pete sighed and sat to watch Gus bat. Gus hit the ball hard. Crack! It rolled under a bush with huge, long thorns. I don't see a long E spelling. Oh, these thorns are sharp and my hand is too big, Gus said. There it is. These, E blank E. This word is also a sight word. These. Okay, we found it. Let's do the next part. Underline a word that is the opposite of short. Well, we just talked about short in our math lesson today. Short means smaller than, but we want the opposite of short. Do you see a word that is the opposite of short? And I think I'm going to change color. Let's see. Blue. I'm going to start here. Pete sighed and set to watch Gus bat. Gus hit the ball hard. Crack. It rolled under a bush with huge, long thorns. He sat to watch the bat. I was noticing that sat and bat were rhymes. Okay. Long is the opposite of short. Let's underline. Okay. Let's try this. I made a mistake. And yep, I got it. All right.
Got it.
Okay, put a star next to an important event from the story. Something important that happened. And that important event helped the story to move along. Okay, let's read the first page again. Pete hopped on his bike and rode to the park. The big kids were playing ball. Okay, that's important because that sets up the setting for the story. That shows us where the story took place. So that could be an important event. He had to go to where the big kids were playing ball. Can I play? Pete asked. Gus said, "You are too small." Pete sighed and sat to watch Gus bat. Gus hit the ball hard. Crack! It rolled under a bush with huge long thorns. Oh, I think that's another important event because we've read the story and we know once the ball gets under the bush, that becomes a problem and nobody could get it except for Pete because it turns out his hands were small enough. So let's do that. I'm going to put a star here I think I'm going to do 2 because that's an important event too. Okay. So it was important that the Pete went to where the kids were playing ball because that again shows us the setting. And then when the ball rolled under the bush or the bush that had thorns that could really hurt you, nobody else could fit their hand under there but Pete. And so that helped him to save the day. Okay, let's go back. Now, boys and girls, I'm going to have you do the writing. And the writing is going to reflect something from the story. So again, once you get your book, you can do this in your actual book, or you can do this by clicking again on the little tool. This time, click on T for text. And I'm going to give it a bigger font because it's kind of hard to see. And then when you come over and click, it's going to give you a box that you can open up. And you'll be able to type in the box. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, there we go. So, color, it's kind of hard to see red, so let's go back. Okay. I might be small, but I can, and I'm going to leave a blank. I might be small, but I can help to wash the dishes. Or you can say, I can help clean my room. I can ride a big bike. I can ride a skateboard. I can read books with a lot of pages. I want you to come up with something that you can do. And you're going to write it or type it into this page. Again, Thursday, you should be able to get your books, and then you'll be able to complete this. And again, like I said on the math video, you can always take a picture of your activity, of what you've written. And yes, you need to draw a picture. You can take a picture of that and send it to me, or even videotape yourself doing it and send it to me. I really miss being able to interact with you guys. Each day it's just not the same. I need to hear your voices and see your faces. So I'm missing you really, really, really badly right now. But hopefully we'll be able to get together again soon, or at least before the end of the school year, to just kind of end things and be able to see each other. All right, so good job today. Good work. I want you to practice your reading. Read this story to or with a family member, because good readers become great readers by practicing. And I don't want you to think that this is just a long vacation, but this is a time that you can take advantage of and make sure that you are continuing to learn. Because boys and girls, we've really made some excellent progress this year. And I am extremely proud of all of you and all the hard work that you've put in. But I need you to just keep that hard work going and really use every opportunity to continue to learn. All right. Until next time, you guys be safe, be careful, and take care. I love you all. Talk to you soon.